a new paradigm we're bringing to the world. And it integrates, as I said, resources, open source materials as well. So why counting to calculus? Well, number one, it's a mastery-based approach. It's not focused on grade level, but it's true mastery. Students progress when they are ready. Number two, global excellence. We want students to combine Singapore's math world-renowned methods with OpenStack's comprehensive college-level content and classical mathematical texts. Notice that we're using Isaac Newton's book, we're using Euclid's book, we're using Euler's book. You can even bring in Gauss. So we're using original texts from the greatest mathematicians. But we also have OpenStack from Rice University that has provided a lot of free excellent resources for mathematics. And then Singapore Math has a very good elementary math program. It has a good program overall, but we only need it for that beginning phase of fundamental mathematics in our program. One of our advisors is in Singapore. We want to establish counting to calculus to, again, as a framework, which you can use any textbook within that framework. We've just created the roadmap with clarity for everyone. This is AI ready. We're training them to be. See, the current education system is trying to take AI and just add it on top of the current system. That's not how it works. We need to create a new education system from scratch, and that's what we've done with Counting to Calculus. Counting to Calculus at its core was built before AI came, but AI now, we understand how it can fit into our model really well because it's a mastery-based model. So we need to prepare students for the AI age with deep math foundations and practical applications in machine learning and data science, which we also teach at countingtocalculus.org. Our students explore math history from ancient tally systems to Isaac Newton and Leibniz, understanding the why. Why are we learning what we're learning? That's a key aspect of the Counting to Calculus framework. We've built a GPT called Counting to Calculus. You can find it in the OpenAI store. And it's also coming to the Claude platform. And then what we've done with these GPTs is we're training them on the historical aspect of mathematics. Students should not just know what calculus is, they should know the reason why it exists. And to answer the question for calculus specifically, Isaac Newton and Gottfried Leibniz came up with the calculus and the fundamentals of the calculus. And the reason they did that is because, well, for Newton, he did it because he wanted to understand physics. He wanted to understand gravity. That brings me to the interdisciplinary integration. Counting to calculus is connected to physics, chemistry, economics, computer science with full credits. That means if you use counting to calculus fully, you get credit for physics, you get credit for chemistry, you get credit for economics. And we use Adam Smith, The Wealth of Nations, for our economics as part of our text. We're trying to give students deep understanding of mathematics as it connects to every one of these fields, but also a deep understanding of each of these fields. And then lastly, we are 24/7 year round. We don't believe in summer breaks. We don't believe in taking breaks from math. We believe you should take little breaks year round, but you really don't need 3 months off from math. So the American students can use this and learn math year round and be able to compete on the global stage. The current education system in America, the current math curriculum in America puts its own students at a disadvantage. This puts students back on track. 4 to 5 years of math in a year. We make it fun and enjoyable by teaching the historical context. We want to take it to 1 billion students. As we said, 1 billion students taking calculus for fun, 1 billion in the regions I mentioned earlier, and 1 billion outside. So now it's 2 billion students. Why? Because calculus is beautiful. It happens to be the backbone of AI too, but it's beautiful. So we want everyone in calculus as soon as possible. We're also launching the franchise centers called Counting to Calculus Centers in Houston, San Antonio, Austin, and Dallas in 2026. And then we're launching in other parts of the US between 2027 to 2030, God willing. So Georgia, North Carolina, Florida, Arizona, Minnesota, Wisconsin, North Dakota. We're going to expand and get to all states in the US over time. And then all nations of the world. Every nation should have a Counting to Calculus center, at least one, but eventually, of course, every city and all of that. What does it take to become a counting to calculus sort of center? Well, you can use the key thing about counting to calculus is you could train people to start teaching counting to calculus, even if they just have a secondary school degree. So we're using GAP students right now to teach counting to calculus in Nigeria. We're training those GAP students. They're done with high school. They're about 17 years old, 18 years old, and they're already earning income because they have learned, mathematics properly, and they can now start teaching it to other children all across northern Nigeria and other parts of Africa. We have this going on in other parts of Africa with our STEM clubs across Africa. What we're trying to do is provide revenue potential for students right from the age of 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. They start earning income by teaching others. Then they use that knowledge they've gained to build AI applications, and that also brings income potential. So counting to calculus becomes a revenue generation tool for people as well. So what is the complete experience?